Twister is a film about Bill Paxton and Helen Hunt at the most fuckable points of their career hunting tornadoes. We can't say fuckable, can we? First 30 seconds, you can't say that word.
Can bleep it out.
We might have to bleep out all those bits as well. That's a lot of work. You know what? It's worth it to talk about Twister. While not exactly a critical darling, the film was widely praised for the quality of its special effects, which partially involved blinding the two leads, at least temporarily.
So Twister is that film about tornadoes?
Yeah, it's where the iconic shot of the cow going past the tornado comes from.
Yep.
Which I think when anyone ever thinks of a tornado, they think of that shot. And when it comes to discussing Twister, the only thing it's worth talking about are the effects, because almost every other aspect of the film was a complete afterthought. I don't think anything sums it up more than the fact that the entire film got greenlit before it even got on a script, based purely on 1 minute of test footage of a tornado made by ILM.
So they saw that and thought, yeah, that'll make a good film. Just basically slap any old story together.
They basically went, this looks great, write a story that leads us up to this moment. And that's like quite a common thing when it comes to like TV and film. It's something we mentioned on the channel before in a video that you can no longer watch because it got copyrighted, and we'll have to do something in regards to that at another point in the future. But with Bryan Cranston on the set of Malcolm in the Middle, where we discussed how there's an episode where Bryan Cranston gets covered in bees, and the only reason that shot appears in that episode is because the writers behind the scenes had a ongoing challenge to find something Bryan Cranston could not do or would not agree to.
Yeah.
And they eventually thought, well, how about we pitch the idea of him being covered in bees? Surely he's not going to want to get covered in bees. And Bryan Cranston's like, yeah, I'll get covered in bees. So they had to write an entire episode of the show to lead up to the single visual gag of him being covered in bees, because they couldn't think of a way to get him covered in bees. So they had to write an episode to like workshop that in somehow. And it's the same thing with Twister, where Warner Bros. Watched that 1 minute test reel of the footage and went, this is fantastic. We can sell a film with this as the trailer. Go out and make a film around this moment. And they did.
I mean, yeah, like the effects in it are good, and I can just safely say I think the story was a little bit dull, but it's understandable if they did it as an afterthought.
Yeah, they were still writing extra scenes for the film up to the 11th hour, because they didn't really care, because all they really wanted was just to get to the point where they'd have a Twister on screen.
They wanted the flying cow.
They wanted that flying cow. That flying cow's so awesome. I love that flying cow. It's the cow's like, what is this?
I just like how Helen Hunt's character's just like, cow.
Cow. I gotta go, Julia. We got cows.
Well, shit.
You just look at it, go past and go, huh, it's such a strong visual.
Like, yeah, she says it in a way that's just so casual, like she sees it all the time. Like, I'd be like, holy shit, a fucking cow.
That's a fucking flying cow. It's like, nah, cow.
Another cow.
Actually, I think that was the same one.
It reminds me a little bit of Jurassic Park 2, where you have that amazing line from the kid who like goes into his parents' room and goes, Mom, there's a dinosaur in the backyard. And they're like, there's never a dinosaur in the backyard. And there was a dinosaur in the backyard.
There's a dinosaur in our backyard.
Oh, it reminds me like when I was younger, I was walking through my kitchen, I must have been about 9 or 10.
Where is this going?
There's a dinosaur in my kitchen now. I was walking through my kitchen and I saw this massive rat run under the stairs, and I was like, and I ran into the living room. I was like, there's a rat in the kitchen, and my dad was like, no, there isn't. I think there's a song about that as well.
There's a rat.
There's a rat in my kitchen, what am I going to do? I think that's a song.
Is it a song?
I think
if it is, we're not going to put a clip in because it'll get copyrighted, but it'll be a fact Bible. Is there a song called There's a Rat in My Kitchen? Because when I think rat to me is one of those words I don't like saying it, because like my days of being a young lad going out drinking coincided with the phrase "get your rat out."
I knew you were going to say that. Knew it.
And honey, can you just confirm? Honey, what did you think as an American when you first heard me explain the concept of lads on the street yelling at women to get the rat out? This is a real thing in the UK.
My current thought right now is, what the hell were you guys talking about just now?
You're talking about getting your rat out.
I mean, it's just like, how is that allowed? Like, there's cat calling everywhere, but
No, rat calling.
No.
rat call. The thing is that I never partook in it, but I just remember when I'd be on nights out and you just hear like a crowd of boozed up lads going like, get your rat out for the lads. And you're like, has this ever worked?
It's a song?
Yeah, get your rat out, get your rat out, get your rat out for the lads. Anyway.
Moving on.
Much of the film's production was an absolute clusterfuck. Not that any of that mattered, because the only thing that Warner Bros. Cared about was getting to the aforementioned just tornado fucking shit up scenes, all of which were handled by the aforementioned ILM, who ended up doing a lot more work than they anticipated because, ironically, the weather was too nice.
So why was having nice weather such an issue?
Well, as you might imagine, with the entire film's premise being chasing tornadoes, almost every scene in the script called for overcast skies. And for almost every single day of shooting, the sun was blazing and the sky was blue, which meant that ILM had to go in after the fact and just edit the sky of almost every single scene to artificially add in clouds.
God.
Reminds me a little bit of a story about a girl on Instagram who got called out because she was photoshopping one very specifically photogenic cloud into the background of all of the shots.
Yeah, I saw that. So it's like, it's so easy to get different pictures of clouds. You could mix it up a little bit.
Well, she clearly had just like one big cloud she liked, and people were getting like the series of images, like when you go on holiday, but take your favourite cloud with you, and it's just this big cloud in the back of every shot.
So where does it blinding people come into this?
Well, in addition to adding clouds to the background of shots, ILM had to artificially darken each shot to give the illusion of an overcast sky. The problem was that the footage that they had was lit for the weather they had at the time, which meant that when they artificially darkened the shots, you couldn't see the actors' faces. So their solution to this was to just blow out every single scene with massive retina-melting light bulbs. Lights which were shone directly into the faces of Bill Paxton and Helen Hunt for about 10 hours per day.
Ooh, that's a long time to be exposed to bright lights.
It is, yes. And there's probably people out there now wondering, like, well, why do you need really good lighting if you're going to darken the shot anyway? So Nisha is someone with a background in, like, you know, film and editing, just to explain that for them.
So yeah, when you've got good lighting, it makes it easier to edit post-production. Because I think we've talked about it before, where it's easier to darken stuff than it is to lighten stuff. So just lighting everything, it makes it easier to dark. And also, it would make the background look darker as well if they've got lights right in front of them. Mm-hmm. The background would look darker anyway. So then the clouds that they then add in
look like dark,
look more realistic, and like they fit the scene. Yeah.
And the problem was, though, they were accomplishing this by shining big fuck-off lights directly into the eyes of the film's leads. And as you might imagine, Nisha and folks at home, having these giant fuck-off lights shone directly into their eyes caused Helen Hunt and Bill Paxton, as I've described it here, eyeball-related distress, which is the worst kind of distress I can imagine. Just eyeball-related. Just something about your eyes, man. You know, Helen Hunt and Bill Paxton, their eyes got legitimately seriously damaged by these lights, and they had to like take several days off from filming and just wear giant big sunglasses. And that's why I have like eye drops and ice packs on their face, because they got sunburned on their eyes. And it's just one of those things. It's just, if anyone's wondering why that's so bad, it's because the skin around your eyes and your eyelids especially, they're very thin. Very thin. It's why you'll see dark circles like these ones here on me. Because I'm knackered. It's because you just see the muscle and sinew and the blood underneath so much easier because the skin's so much thinner. And as a result of it being so much thinner, it's really prone to getting burned. And I just imagine getting sunburn here and here and on the and the thing is, the skin's so thin, you get someone on like the inside, so you get someone on the inside of your eye, but it's like, no!
Sunburn muscles.
Bill Paxton. Yeah, maybe if you're making a film, don't burn out your star's eyeballs. And on the production of Twister, they had to give Bill Paxton and Helen Hunt a week off to recover as they figured out how to adjust the lighting to maybe not do that.
Actors go through some shit, don't they?
They do. Burning out your eyes. Your eyes, man. You need your eyes. I can't imagine how the agony of just seeing eyelids.
It's like that. I'm sure we've all done it. That moment where you take a peek at the sun.
Just to see.
Just to see.
You just Donald Trump it, just directly into the sun. Let's see what you're doing. What's all the fuss about?
It's like, surely it's not that bad. Oh, yeah, okay, never mind.
It's like, why did I do this?
I'm sure we've all done it.
We've all done it and we all immediately regret it. It's like, why am I such a moron? Why did I think this was a good idea?
It's like when you've got some sort of torch or light.
You've got to just
check. Just see how bright it is. Oh yeah, it's bright.
And you don't know why you do it because it hurts every single time.
So I do it when I'm cooking something. I just want to check it's cooked in the middle. fingering. Yep, that's hot.
Oh, speaking of, like, learning some British culture, do you want to talk about Bobby Waffles?
Wait, what?
My girlfriend is over there, she's from America, so every now and again I just make up shit that British people do. So Americans watching this, let me know in the comments which of these you think are real and which are fake. So we have Bobby Waffles, Spotted Dick, Ferret Legging. What was the other one? Tiddlywinks. Tiddlywinks.
It was all like one night. We went through all of them.
Oh yeah, and then Toddlywonks, the adult version of Tiddlywinks. So which one of those are real? Which ones are fake?
Oh, Rupert's fingers.
Rupert's fingers as well. Closely followed by iced fingers.
Toddlywonks. Fucking hell.
That's the thing, like you go out, you know, you eat your Bobby Waffles, you get your Tiddlywinks, have some Spotted Dick and go ferret legging for the afternoon. You have a gay old time.
Oh my god.
Toddlywonks, that's my favourite.